A very warm welcome to everyone. This is Sampurnam's Inner Healing Collective. For those who are getting to know Sampurnam through this initiative, we are a holistic clinic based in Delhi, working to create a balance between modern evidence based medicine and ancient wisdom. At Sampurnam, our doctors and healers address the foundational elements of your health to help you awaken to your highest potential, heal your body, mind, and soul, and transform your life. The Inner Healing Collective is a 10-week online journey designed to help you reconnect with yourself, find balance, and evoke inner strength. Over these weeks, Sampurnam's panel of doctors and healers will gently accompany you through different practices and themes. Today, in week 1, we begin with our founder and director, Dr. Mankul Goyal. Dr. Goyal is a skilled dermatologist and integrative medicine practitioner with over 10 years of experience in holistic dermatology. Trained at the prestigious AIIMS New Delhi, Dr. Goyal combines modern medicine expertise with complementary therapies like ozone therapy, acupuncture, and body talk to provide comprehensive patient-centered care. With advanced studies in dermatoendocrinology from Germany, his unique approach goes beyond the surface, addressing the underlying causes of skin and health concerns through a harmonious blend of modern medicine and traditional healing practices. He was awarded the KB Hedgewar Award for Public Service in 2021. I would like Dr. Mankul to take over the session now. And just a quick note for the participants, we'll keep the question and answer round open in the last 15-20 minutes. So in case you have questions, you can write to me in the chat, or just hold on to them and then you'll have a chance to ask those. Thank you. Dr. Mankul, please.
Thank you, Nitya. Thank you to everyone who has joined in. So let's start sharing my presentation. So Nitya, can you see the presentation?
Yes, Dr. Mankul, yes.
Thank you to all of you for joining in, and thank you for trusting us with your time, and not just your time, your energy, your openness with which all of you have come. It's heartwarming for us as doctors, because this started as just a thought in our mind that we have been doing this for a long time, helping our patients one-on-one, and we thought that time is ripe that all of us, many of you cannot come for one-on-one sessions. It's an opportunity for us to share what works for us and for our patients. And that is what we're going to do over the next 10 weeks, each one of us. Just to share a brief premise on what we are trying to do through these sessions. And one of the key premise is that there is no set formula for inner healing. We all are going to have our own unique journey towards healing. We are all on our own individual unique path. So it is not about giving you a prescription that this is what you need to do in order to heal yourself. And healing itself is infinite and ever progressive, ever evolving. So this is majorly to help sensitize everyone with different methods that are there, that have ever existed. And then we can pick up what works for us out of these methods, and we can integrate it into our own practice, or develop our own practice, or get inspired to look around for more practices. And I've written here a need for integration, because there are so many different forms of yoga. There is Raj Yoga, there is Gyan Yoga, there is Bhakti Yoga, and there are so many different forms of healing, Reiki, pranic healing, etc., etc. So integration helps us come up with our own unique blend based on our own strengths and weaknesses. So when we look at so over this 10-week journey, we are going to follow this one paradigm of how we look at ourselves. One is we can look at ourselves as a physical body, just a body and a brain which is housed inside this body, and a heart full of emotions housed inside this body. Or there is a yogic way of looking at the human system which has been around for thousands and thousands of years. And that view of human system is that we are made of 5 layers. The first layer is the Annamaya Kosha, or the physical body. This is made of food, and this is something which we all understand, because this is material body. The second layer of body is the Pranamaya Kosha, or the energy body. Now, this is something we hear a lot, the word prana in India or chi in China. But if we are to relate to this body, then let's say if some of us, if let's say we are feeling angry, then we feel a gush of energy in our head. Or if we feel fear, then we feel a trembling in our legs. Or if we are feeling very hungry, then at that time there is a gurgling in our tummy. So these are all different tangible examples of what pranamaya kosha, or life force, refers to. We all have it, and there is also a lot of scientific data on working through pranamaya kosha. Then there is manomaya kosha, that is like a mental layer around us, which is the mind body. And the mind body is constituted of conscious mind, and there is subconscious mind. So the conscious mind is about 5% of our mind, whereas the subconscious mind, which carries every memory right from the moment we were born till now, is there in the subconscious mind. These 3 bodies, if we talk about, which is the Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Manomaya, they have a certain level of individualization. You have your own, I have my own. But when it comes to the next layer of the human system, which is the Vijnanamaya Kosha, this is where the boundaries start to dissolve. And we all start to become one at this level. This Vijnanamaya Kosha, we can relate to as through intuition, because we all, in a way, have some intuition in some aspect of our life. It can be in form of a gut feeling कि ऐसा ही होने वाला है, and that we can feel when the Vijnanamaya Kosha communicates with the prana, and the main seat of prana is in the belly, in the navel area, and this is where we feel things as gut feeling. Or we all start intuiting more in whatever we are good at or we are gifted. So there we have a better connection with this Vijnanamaya Kosha, or the all-knowing consciousness. So if this, at the level of Manomaya Kosha, how we normally think, we have separate thoughts, we have a separative experience. Okay, this is past, this is present, and this is future. Whereas Vijnanamaya Kosha, where there is oneness and an all-knowing consciousness, everything is seen as a whole. So the past, present, and future, they all come together. So wherever we are gifted or we are good at something, there we have a more direct communication with Vijnanamaya Kosha. And since it's not something which is present in few people or very evolved beings, every one of us has these 5 layers. And the last is the Anandamaya Kosha, which is the bliss body. This bliss body we can relate to when we do something for others where there is no personal gain attached. And at that time, we experience a subtle joy in the depths of our heart. Now, this feeling we can understand. For example, हम किसी को we serve a poor person, or we हम लंगर में खाना खिलाते हैं किसी को. So at that time, if we see in our Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, there may be some degree of effort required. There is no such pleasure it's experiencing. Yet there is a subtle joy that we experience, and that is coming from this bliss sheath, which kind of affirms our oneness, because at the level of Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya, we are all one. So over the next 10 weeks, this is important to acknowledge that we may look at ourselves as not just this physical body, which is less than 1% of us. We're also this vibrant prana. We're also this mind, which is not the brain housed in the body, but a whole mental layer. And then we're also, at a certain level, all of us are one as a part of this one Vijnanamaya Kosha, and then one bliss body. So, moving to that, where we are looking to go. So, we have set the premise that we are all on a unique journey to healing, and we are five-layered beings. The third thing that we are aspiring for is growth. But growth in which direction? Because usually we associate growth with, for example, in outer life, is how, in the context of medical science, how physically fit we are, or how financially abundant we are, or how successful we are. So these are the usual measures based on which we are assessing our growth. But there is another way to assess the growth, which is the evolution of soul. Where is our average state of consciousness? And that can be at five levels. The first is aham, the second is swayam, the third is dhvani, fourth is samsar, and fifth is atman. If we look at each of these and understand, aham is a state where I feel like I am right, और मेरे में सब कुछ ठीक है, प्रॉब्लम जो है वो बाहर दूसरों में है. If somebody points out our faults, we point out two faults in that person. Or if we feel like a victim of life, that मेरी तो कोई गलती नहीं थी, मेरे साथ लाइफ में बुरा हो रहा है. So that is a state where the person is in aham, and is not so willing to learn. The second state is swayam, where one starts to see flaws in oneself. And that is when the person has an inkling to look around and learn new things and listen to others, do self reflection, and the person seeks answers in their life. And that is this journey of healing, this long phase of Swayam, where we go through very different kinds of learnings. And through each learning, if our soul is like a flower, it starts to, from a bud, it starts to flower. And as it flowers to a certain degree, then we reach a soul frequency of dhvani. Dhvani is where now the person is in a position to um, continue to work on oneself, but now through their own words, they can also help others. And this state is a beautiful state. It's like if you're in a medical college, then earlier you were studying and now you're interning. Now you can listen to the guides or the gurus and learn from them, but at the same time, you're in a position to share what you have learned, and your further growth depends on sharing with others what you have learned. The fourth, but this stage also can be a trap where people can be so engrossed in sharing their information that they forget that there is a frequency above it, which is sansar, which is where service becomes greater than self, where now the person is so engrossed in service that then the person has no time even to speak about it. He is just busy serving the Mother Teresa's, the Mahatma Gandhi's, the Abdul Kalams in our country, maybe were people in the frequency of samsara. And then there is a frequency even beyond it, which is pure Atman. So we have to make a choice in our life which growth is our priority. It's not about either or. We can grow materially also, we can grow in our financial abundance as well, in success. But one needs to reflect on which frequency, where do we want to grow more? Is it the Aham Swayam Dhvani Sansar Atman, or materially, or both? And then the next key thing over the next 10 weeks, because we all agree that um, our purpose through these 10 weeks is to grow on this journey. If we can take one little step forward over the next 10 weeks from Aham to Swayam, Swayam to Dhani, then it will be fulfilling for all of us. And it's not just about one of us, because we have chosen to be collectively a part of this journey. We all will contribute to each other's growth. And if we are to grow, then we need to activate these three sources of healing, or these three sources of guidance, which all of us have an access to. One is an inner being. As they say, you can find God within yourself. God sabke, Bhagwan sabke andar hai. So there is an aspect of divine which is inside all of us. There it can be discovered. Or there is a universal aspect of divine, or one can find divine outside oneself in this world or in this cosmic form. Or there is a third source of healing or third aspect of the divine, which is the transcendent divine, which goes beyond this universe. And we can tap into any of the three. But for a sadhak who goes on the path of yoga, the challenge always is to bring all these three aspects, which are actually one in nature, and have an integral relationship with all three. But our journey may start from either of them. Some may relate to finding that source within, some may go beyond this universe, and some may find it in a universal form. What I'm going to share with you today is something that has worked for me in my own personal journey. And like for all of us, my journey also began with a kind of a, my journey also started from Aham. And for every one of us, somewhere there are moments in life which this Aham is shattered, and then we are put into a state where we want to reflect within and seek solutions. And through my own journey, this integral meditation practice has evolved, and this practice constantly evolves, as any practice does for all of us. And this practice brings a few different components. One is it brings the component of mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice where we witness ourselves without judging that this is my thoughts or another person's thoughts, or judging them as bad thoughts or good thoughts, or our feelings and emotions. Just a process of witnessing and taking a back step. One of the key elements in witnessing without judging is moving from the left brain to the right brain. Because usually what happens is our left brain is very active, and left brain is more the logical mind, which is constantly thinking and analyzing things, and so that kind of aspect. Our right brain is more visuospatial, which visualizes and imagines things, picks up musical rhythms. That's why the moment we come in contact with music or art, we suddenly feel relaxed and we get more in touch with our emotions. So the mindfulness practice first starts from bringing and including the right brain. So visualization, as we in the next 5 minutes we will start a meditative practice. So one of the key element would be some kind of visualization so that the right brain is activated, and then it is easier for us to access that space in the depths of our heart. Now, this witnessing space is present in the depths of our heart. And when we shift from left brain to the right brain and bring the both together, then it is easier for us to enter into the depths of the heart where the Purusha or the witnessing aspect of us, there is a part which is out there in the action, which is a part of the Prakriti or the dynamic nature. And there is a Purusha, which is witnessing everything, and that lies at the depth of the heart. So, one aspect of this practice would be to practice mindfulness and witness. The second aspect in the practice that we're going to do today will be withdrawal from the Prakriti, or when we are witnessing, we kind of, for a while, withdraw from the fact that we are this body, or we are this energy, or we are this mind and thoughts. What that does is it allows us to experience silence, and it also allows us to see that we are much more than this body, because when we are at work and we are doing going through the life, we may say कि अच्छा ये 5 bodies हैं, prana है, mind है, विज्ञानमया है, आनंदमया है, but the tangible experience is that of कि I am this body. So this withdrawal process might help us silence these three and actually feel that we may be something beyond this. So this is a process of withdrawal, and we are going to make use of certain affirmations and Jnana Yoga, which is a discovery of who am I in the process. Then the third thing which we are going to bring into this practice is Raj Yoga, which is a process of transcendence, which is Dhyana Dharan Samadhi, which is going beyond and claiming one's spiritual identity and looking beyond this universe to meet the divine or the source of healing as the transcendent, which is beyond this universe. And lastly, when we come into a communion with that aspect of divine, we descend back and fully integrate with our body, with this universe, and develop a bridging practice. Now, all these words, all these things, we may or may not be able to relate to, again, because of our varied interests and our varied outlooks of life, but it does not matter. The idea is that we go through a certain experience, and that experience will have something for all of us. That experience may not be entirely along the lines as I go about doing it, but we trust and we have faith that it will open up something for all of us. So, are we ready to start? And I would like all of you to find a comfortable position. And I would like to ask Nitya if am I clearly audible? Shall I start?
Yes, Dr. Mankul.
Okay. So, if I may request all of you to find a comfortable position for yourself in a calm, restful place. And this is not going to be a pre scripted meditation. I'm going to connect to the energies of all of you and see what will naturally flow for today, for all of us who are together in this. We take three deep breaths. And we express gratitude to all of us and to this universe for bringing all of us together in this journey. Let us visualize a diya, a diya with a beautiful flame, and visualize it in the center of the heart. Feel the warmth of the flame of the diya. See the beautiful colors in the flame. And breathe through the heart, through the diya, going deeper and deeper into the heart. As we go deeper with every breath, we take our attention to our toes and breathe through the toes. Attention and the light and the breath goes to the soles of the feet. And the calf muscles, thighs, the hips, the belly, and the back. Again, breathing through the heart and the diya, feeling the flame, the diya, smelling flame, the smoke, the flame. Again, taking our attention to the upper back, the chest, the arms, forearms, the hands, shoulder and neck, and head. Again, breathing through the heart, through the diya. We visualize and feel in the heart the presence of our beloved. Imagine the presence in the heart of the person we love the most this world. Or it can be an aspect of the divine, whichever form of divine we have an adoration for, we feel close to. We call them and feel their presence in the heart. It can be both. Feeling their love and their light. Let it spread all across like a ball of light around oneself. And then let it spread around your whole home, around your whole city and country and continent. Feel the love back again for that divine or beloved in the heart. And let this joy, love, and light spread to the entire earth, entire solar system, galaxy, and this whole universe. And in this vision, feel being one with this entire universe. Maybe I'm not just this body and mind. Maybe I am this infinite joy of the Spirit. Me and my Divine Father, we are one. We are one. Holding this feeling in the heart, we affirm to ourselves this body, this is not myself or thyself. This is one working of nature. Stand back from it. And we stand back witnessing the feelings in this physical body, the fear, the natural urges, the instinct to survival. This is not myself or thyself. This is one working in the nature. I'm not even this highs and lows, this satisfaction and dissatisfaction, this attraction and repulsion, this expansion and contraction, this fragmentation and oneness, this anger or love, joy or sorrow. These are one working of the nature in the senses and in the emotional mind. Stand back from it and allow oneself to go deeper and deeper into the depths of the consciousness. A place where there is an intense silence, a calmness, an equanimity, an equal endurance, going deeper, deeper into this silence. one affirms to oneself, I'm not even this thought or this thinker, this observer or observed. This is one working of the nature in the thought mind. Stand back from it. And one goes deeper and feels more impersonal from this body mind, going deeper and deeper into calmness. And as that happens, one touches a subtle joy and affirms that I'm not even this possessor of this body or this mind. And one surrenders the control, all the assets, ancestral, financial, physical, material, emotional, knowledge, spiritual, all these assets to this deeper space and surrenders all that we call as I or my, family, relatives, friends, to this deeper space. And in this moment, connecting with this infinite universe and the divine beyond this universe, rising up as a spark of the divine withdrawing from this body, rising up beyond this universe, higher and higher, to the very source of all love, joy, peace, humility, power, the very force source, the supreme divine Father, the supreme divine Mother. And experience a communion with the supreme divine, surrendering all the will, all the collective will, all the knowledge, all the collective human knowledge to this supreme divine spirit. And we descend with this love, this sense of peace and bliss upon this universe, upon this galaxy, this solar system, earth, continent, country, and coming down into the home, into this body, and seeing this light and divine presence within all, the love of the divine in everyone's heart. An experience descending down, a feeling of divine mother's presence in every phenomena, in this universe. Going with this light deep into the core of Earth, building up tolerance, mutual respect, and equal value for everyone and every phenomena. Seeing this mind as an antenna of the universal mind, this energy as a spark of the cosmic fire, and this body as a cell of the cosmic body, allowing that higher light to reflect upon this one mind, energy, and body, all the colors, all the joy, love, and bliss. We allow ourselves to breathe in and breathe out. Experience the calm in the body mind and holding this silence and gratitude, acceptance, and an unconditional love and forgiveness for all. Share this love all in your lives. Whenever ready, you can open your eyes. And whenever you're ready, please share in the chat if you have any questions. And we have about 10 to 15 minutes. It would be good to listen to your questions